shock to the system. Stacy, I'm still in my feelings and I am definitely shocked. My whole system is shocked. We are so excited about this episode 4. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yes.
I have to calm down. This song is perfect. Like, I stumbled in the beginning because I'm still in my feelings.
We're still reacting.
I'm still reacting.
What did we just watch?
Stacy, what did we just watch?
We weren't prepared, y'all. We weren't
were
prepared.
not prepared for this. And this song is perfect.
Adele will just get you there. Just like this show, apparently.
Between Adele and Stacy and the rest of the Station19 writers, I am a hot mess.
Oh my God, this is such
so
a mess. Oh, can't wait to talk about it.
We have so much to talk about. We're going to do fire facts. We're going to do news and gossip. But for now, I'm Linda Antwi, and you are my very beautiful co-host,
Sarah Lyons.
Guys, can we have a moment?
Can we take a quick second to just...
Okay.
Okay.
I'm back. I'm back. So, overall thoughts?
Okay. Overall thoughts. It was very moving and emotional, and I just feel like so many things happened. Relationships came back together, tore apart. There was a lot going on in this episode.
Shock to the system.
Yes.
My overall thoughts were, wait, what's happening? Why am I crying? Why am I laughing? Why is all this happening in 1 hour?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are so many relationship things. There's loss, there's love, there's fear.
Yeah.
All in this episode.
All of it.
Like, they are reeling us in.
They are. I am
reeling us
loving
in
these
for
characters and this story. Every single episode, it's like, it just keep drawing me in.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So let's first talk about the pregnant lady driving, because she's a theme throughout the show.
Mm-hmm. And we know what the format of the show. Like, okay,
Right.
what's gonna happen to this woman?
Right.
And of course she's pregnant, and then she's talking to her husband, and of course once she passes that power line, you're like,
Power is going to be an issue.
what's gonna happen with
Right.
that?
We don't know what, but
Right.
power is going to be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Miranda and Ben in bed.
Which I love whenever Bailey is there. I just
Me
love
too.
her. She's
I
just
love
great.
it. They should make her a series regular too. Be on both shows, Miranda. Be on both.
Exactly.
But we see them in bed, and she's talking about how Ben has been slimming down, and they have this kind of surgery versus firefighting battle.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cute.
was-
And also the comparing notes, but also I think this is nice. It gives them something to talk about because they're not with each other anymore, like during the day, all day. So
Yeah.
you get to share, oh, what was your day like? What was my day like? But then it's also that like friendly competition.
Yeah, I loved it because if you guys remember or watch Grey's Anatomy, she was more like his boss.
Yes.
And so they didn't really have this peer banter back and forth. And I love seeing that. I love seeing like, oh, hey, you know what? I've missed you in the day.
Exactly.
Tell me about your day.
Yeah.
But don't forget, I'm a doctor.
Right.
Right? I do surgery. And he's like, well, I'm a firefighter.
Yeah.
I save lives.
I thought that was really
know?
cute.
So that was
cute.
really cool. How about JJ and Miller and
I
the
thought-
incident report? So Miller shows up at JJ's house unannounced, and we remember from last week that the Captain Pruitt, is the one that damaged
Ruined
the
it.
quote-unquote incident report.
Yeah.
And so that he had to go over there, and I thought that was cute that he took him up on that idea. What do you think about this?
I loved how JJ saw right through it.
Yeah.
She's like, and you could tell that she was happy to see him as soon as she opened the door, but she was kind of flirting with the idea, like, oh, so why are you here? Oh, the incident report, really? Like, you just came to ask me out. Like, that was a cute moment.
Yeah, and then he got all weirded out, and she's like, well, you're going to take me for Thai food.
Yeah.
You know, and we're going to talk and all of that. I was like, oh, see, this little budding love
I
romance
like
thing
it.
is
I
good.
like it.
Yeah.
And you kind of see a little bit of Miller's character. Like, he's like this big, strong guy, but, you know, he's a little... He needed help from JJ to up his confidence, I guess, to ask her out. I thought that was interesting.
Too, and I think he's been, as we saw in the first few episodes, really like a ladies' man.
Yes.
Right? So he kind of, not wined and dined, but like dodged bullets.
Right.
And I think he caught feelings, and he doesn't really catch feelings. So he doesn't know what to do with himself. Right? So he's kind of like, oh my gosh.
Something different.
He even says it, and we'll get to it later, but he's like, I like you.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, okay, see.
Yes.
You got stung by, or not stung,
a firefly.
What is the firefly?
Yeah.
I love that. You got stung by a firefly.
Yeah.
I don't think fireflies
I don't think it's sting
but
either, but
well, you get the point.
yeah.
Let's talk about Captain Pruitt, Andy, and Jack, and what's going on there.
My gosh, I guess I wasn't surprised how he handled it. Like, you could tell he was disappointed, and he was like, if you don't tell them, I will tell them myself. But I think it was nice he gave them the chance. Like, listen, they're looking to you as leaders now. Like, this is kind of inappropriate in some ways. Like, they need to trust you, and if you're hiding this from them, you know. So I think I respected that he was like, okay, I'm giving you a chance to do this because this is your job, but listen.
I didn't take it that way. I thought he was being a jerk, and he was
really?
blackmailing Jack to do the things that he wanted him to do by saying, oh, well, instead of, what did he say? Instead of being, getting like a newbie, you need the leader to do it. So that's why you have to install all of these car seats instead of Ben.
Yeah.
And then when he
I
was
missed
like,
that part.
when he said, oh, you know what? Remember Jack said a couple episodes ago that they could do free-for-all and then do their chores when they wanted. And then the captain's like, so what's going to be happening right now? And they even said to him, well, wait, I thought you said we could just do it whenever. And he's like, no, we're going to do chores now because the captain was like,
it was right there. Yeah.
He was like, and then where am I going now?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to go to reception like you always go to.
Okay.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, I guess. Well, how did that go?
Why are you blackmailing Jack and you're not blackmailing your daughter?
Exactly. Well, she wasn't there at that moment. So
True,
maybe...
but still, I didn't like it.
Yeah, okay.
Did you guys like it? I didn't like it. I don't like when people try to pull things
Listen,
over on you
yeah,
because
it's like you
they
told
know
me,
something.
Right. It's like you told me how you felt. You
Yeah.
told me you'd give me a chance to say something. Like, don't hold this over my head.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I didn't like it at all.
I feel that.
Anyways, moving on. So that was my mad moment. I went through a lot of emotions, you guys, as you can see. Let's talk about the stakeout and the awkwardness between Andy and Maya.
Oh my God. I was so glad that they figured that out this episode because I was like, y'all are acting like children.
But
Please
before that,
get
let's
this together. When they wouldn't talk to each other, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted some, like, when they were going back and forth, how Bishop clearly knew what Herrera wasn't telling her. And I don't know, there's the banter back and forth. Just like, y'all, please.
I think it was awkward. So
it was awkward.
I wanted to take it like right when we saw them going to the stakeout, and they're like, "Ooh, do we even really want to be together?"
Before they left. Okay, yeah.
And they're like,
that was awkward.
And then they get there, and Ryan's there, and Ryan and Maya are like, "Hey, Bishop. Hey, Tanner," and then Andy gives the side eye.
Yeah.
She's like, well, what's going on there? Because there's no hey, Andy.
Exactly.
So I thought that was really interesting. And I was like, you know what? I'm telling you my prediction here from last week. I'll roll it over to this week.
Okay.
There is going to be a love triangle.
You see?
I'm telling you.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we're building to that.
Yep.
We're building to that. And then I think that it's interesting that we see with Andy and Maya that this tension has built up. So they're now on the stakeout. They're not talking to each other. Or they have their first fight. And what we know from watching the episode is that they've been friends for a long time. They came up through the ranks together. And so they don't really know how to fight. Right?
Exactly.
So it's like
it's
an awkward
uncomfortable.
fight.
It's awkward.
Like, I'm not talking to you. No, I'm not talking to you. No, I'm not talking. Okay,
yes.
you guys,
That's what I was talking about. Like,
just
what
talk.
are y'all?
Like,
you're adults.
Yeah.
Please get it together.
Let's be adults. But then they end up talking, and I want to talk about how Maya was saying that Andy was sloppy.
Yes.
She's like, I stopped coaching you for 72 hours and you got sloppy. And
exactly.
You're going to lose this for us and for women.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that whole
I
thing?
thought that was a lot of pressure to throw on Andy at that moment. But I kind of saw the humor, and it's like, listen, we don't speak for this long. You couldn't close the door. You couldn't do this. You couldn't be careful. Like, how did your father catch you? So you could kind of tell, like, their relationship was, like, rebuilding, and they were kind of getting back to, like, she could joke about that, but
did you think it was a valid point? Because really it's true. Like, you see that there's not a lot of female captains.
You're right, and to mess it up
if it's a lot of pressure, you brought it upon yourself, and
she's trying to be captain.
Yeah, you're a leader, so be a leader, act like a leader.
Exactly.
And don't be so sloppy.
And that was sloppy. But then, is it sloppy on Jack, too? Or is it just sloppy on Andy?
Well, no, it's sloppy on both of the parts. But she wants it really... Well, they both want it really badly.
And he does have a leg up. So
I'm just saying. As a female, I think that she has a little bit harder because she wants to prove herself in a male-dominated industry.
Yeah.
So, I like how Ryan and Maya are starting to build this friendship.
Yeah.
And
what did you think? I'm trying to think. Okay, no, we'll get to that.
Yeah. So let's get to that. So we see Ryan come with the iPad over back to the car, and Andy's turned on by that. Do you remember that moment?
Yes,
where
she's looking him up and down.
Yeah, I've never seen you like this in your job. Yeah. And I actually thought, I've actually never seen you at work, Ryan.
Right.
Oh, so I've never seen you like this either.
Exactly. You know you're actually working today.
Right. You are okay. There are actually other cops there in Seattle now.
And they see you.
Normally, you're just chilling,
hanging with their dad, just showing up to all the calls that they're at.
Right. Yeah. So now we're on a big fancy stakeout, but it was nice to see him working and all of that.
But Maya even noticed that Andy was checking him out. It's like, wait.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Which is leading into what we're going to talk about later. I thought it was really sad when Maya's like, I don't talk to you because I don't feel like I can.
Yeah.
And it just showed me how Maya really does tend to make it about her a lot of the time. And in relationships and friendships specifically, you want to be able to lean on your person and talk to your person, and it should be like a back and forth thing.
For sure.
But I think Maya's her character is very self-centered. Because you think about how she is with Maya, think about how she was with Jack, and last episode, how he was pouring out his feelings, and she's like, well, no.
But this is what I want.
Yeah, this is what I want. Let's just stay in the bubble.
Exactly. Like, she doesn't consider other people's feelings. She just considers how it affects her, and if she doesn't like it,
then too bad. Let's still do it that way.
Right.
Yeah. So that's self-centered.
Exactly.
It's the definition of self-centered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said Pruitt. We already talked about that. Okay, so let's talk about Vic and Vic spreading the rumor. So we hear,
oh my gosh.
We hear her overhear Pruitt, Captain Pruitt, saying "family first," and then she goes across.
She's off. Like, how did you?
That's how rumors start.
I know. It's like, oh my God, I figured it out. And she just tells everybody like she actually knew the business. Like,
so what was the business that she was saying?
That she thinks that Pruitt is picking his daughter over Jack just because she's family.
Yeah. And then you spread that like it was knowledge.
Yeah, like it was facts.
Right?
Okay,
she's like,
Vic,
that's
you're
why
wrong.
Jack's mad at the captain.
And everyone's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, that makes sense. Which leads us
to Travis. This was hilarious.
He wasn't ready.
He was not.
He was not ready. So he's like, yeah, I can totally understand. And, no one's surprised by that. And Jack's looking at him like, yeah, really?
Oh, well,
really?
we didn't hide it.
Yeah, I thought that we hid our relationship better.
And Travis was like, what?
Yeah,
that's not what I was thinking.
That's at all.
Oh my gosh. And he hid that well, the surprise. But yeah, and I think that was also disappointing for him to hear it that way, because it's like, okay, you weren't going to tell me, or he didn't know that they were planning to tell him. So I just thought that was an interesting moment. How?
Well, I think that he was probably thinking, you're my friend, and you didn't tell me, which is part of the theme of what they talked about, trust, right? Which we'll get to shortly. So we get to the emergency that the EMTs are going to. So it's a downed electrical line, and we start to meet this character, Marshall. So his car has hit a tree or an electrical line, and the electrical line is all over his car, plus his car is leaking gas.
Yes.
What were you thinking in that moment?
Oh my God, I just couldn't see how he could make it out of there. I don't know. I was really upset that it took so long for the electrical company to shut off the power.
Yeah, what's happening?
What was taking so long?
What is happening?
What was taking them so long? And it just the whole scene was just danger. Like, I just didn't see a positive outcome from that. It was very troubling. And I knew it was her husband.
I knew it too.
Of course, we all knew.
I knew
just
it
like,
when
this
he
is
was
horrible.
just like sitting there. I was like, this is gonna be the husband of the triplet woman.
Yeah, and we got to they introduced us to her more when she was at the fire station, and we get to know her. And
I think I'm gonna need to take a minute, because I was thinking, you know what, Maria would have a really good idea for how we should get our feelings together.
Oh my gosh, yes. If you need to get your life, if you need to get your life and learn and just grow, improve your life, then we have the perfect podcast for you. Conversations with Maria Menounos podcast edition is hosted by our AFTERBUZZ TV founder and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of your life, from health and wellness to career and relationships, finances, and so much more. Let Maria be the big sister that you never had. So just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos, and it's for free. Be sure to rate it and comment, and when you do, let Maria know that it was us who sent you there. Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition. Please check it out. It will change your life.
Seriously, it's a really good podcast.
It
and I feel like I
is.
need it right now, Maria. Like, I am very emotional with
Some
this
positivity.
This Station19 episode.
Encouragement.
Seriously. Shock to my system. We're back.
Yes.
Lost a little bit of power, but we are back and at it.
It was just in theme with the show, right? You know, lost power for a second.
It was the forces to be. All this electrical business. Even our studio got excited.
Exactly.
So Marshall. We meet Marshall. We're talking about Marshall.
Yes.
And him and Ben really get a connection.
Yes.
And Ben is trying to save his life. And I thought it was funny in this awkward, crazy life or death situation. Jack is like, okay, well, think like you're a bunny. So we need you to hop out
Yes.
of your car like a bunny. And Marshall's like, a bunny?
Like a bunny?
You want me to be a bunny?
I was like, that's not the question we need to ask, okay? Just do what they say. He's like, the back and forth was so silly. I was
So
like,
true. And then they're coaching Marshall out. And then Ben says, you know, birds like electrical wires. You see them just perched there.
yeah,
Just
with both feet.
with both feet. That's what we need you to do. And Marshall's like, well, I thought it was a bunny.
So
Now
it's a
a bird?
Oh my gosh. I was like, y'all are confusing this man.
So funny.
Oh
it was
my
really
gosh.
cute banter. I thought it was really, really good writing.
But I feel like once again I learned something because I didn't know like why 2 feet would matter, or like instead of 1 foot, or like don't touch the car and also be on the floor at the same time. Like,
I would never
how
have
did
known.
exactly?
I would have gotten out of the car because I would have been scared.
You wouldn't
to
have waited with
I would've
electrical
gone-
lines all over the place.
bursting out and you're just sitting there?
I would wait
I
for
would
the
think
authorities.
like, oh my gosh, my car's going to be on fire soon, or
Oh,
I'm going to get
girl.
electrocuted.
Yeah.
I probably would have gotten out.
and been electrocuted.
Yeah, and
'Cause
you would have
didn't-
stayed?
Yes, because I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't want to die, Linda.
Well, I guess I learned something new. I don't want to die either, but I don't want to sit in a car with all this electricity and the
know.
gas leaking.
But my thing is, when he was hopping, like, okay, this is working. Keep hopping. They kept hop. Let's talk for a second. Hop. Oh, I'm doing it.
No,
like
but they had to do it slow and steady,
Oh, they
right?
did? Oh,
Because the live wires were there,
Oh,
remember?
you're
and he's
right.
like, I'm going to make it. He's like, I'm going to make it and I'm going to give you a big hug
And
then.
of course, when he said that, we all knew he wasn't going to make
You
it.
never make those final words because you'll
When
never
I make it, I'm going to give you a hug. We knew the hug wasn't
That's
coming.
it. The hug was not coming.
Oh my God.
So what I thought was an interesting contrast that they did is the wait versus we can't wait. So the wait was the stakeout. So Andy,
Oh, yes.
Andy had to like sit and wait, and she was spinning out versus the electrical issue that they were having, and they had
Running out of time.
They were running out of time. So I thought that was an interesting contrast that they did.
I like that.
So Marshall gets almost there, and the electrical beam from the top blows up
Yeah.
and shocks him. I started crying
I did too.
because I was like,
Tears were forming, and I was just
We're-
not prepared. And we knew he was the father of these unborn triplets, and we established a connection to him, and he was funny and handsome, and he was a father to be, and I just wasn't ready. And you just see him fall to the ground, electrocuted,
yeah,
and we knew it wasn't going to end well.
yeah.
And then it was so hard for Warren.
Yes, because Warren wanted to go and save him right
Exactly.
away, and they were making him wait, right? Because they still had the live power on the ground.
Yeah, they couldn't. turn
Finally,
off
the power goes out. Excuse me, taking way too long, by the way. Way too long.
Way too long.
Live wires, you guys, that should be like immediate.
Off.
Who do we-
Immediately.
who do you need to talk to?
Exactly. That was so frustrating.
It was really, really frustrating. And then, okay, so we're going to jump over to the stakeout, and Andy's kind of spinning out of control, having to sit there and wait.
Because the gunshots.
And I thought that was interesting because she was worried about Ryan, right?
Yeah.
So what is that saying? Like, are you now, because Jack is off, you're so extra worried about Ryan? Because you didn't really care about Ryan last week.
At all.
You didn't care about Ryan the week before.
She sure didn't. And then also, remember before, like when they were still in the waiting mode and she was explaining her feelings for Jack. She was like, I love Jack because he likes me for who I am. And then when she said, oh, he doesn't like me or like still see me as a kid, I thought that was in reference to Ryan because they were kids. And so now all of a sudden...
She's confused.
She's very confused. Andy, you don't know what you want.
Yeah, and I've been saying this since the beginning of this show, is that she's a mess in her personal life.
Yes.
And her relationships with men, like she is really messy. And even Maya said, you're sloppy. 72 hours without coaching and you got sloppy.
You're sloppy.
Girl, you're sloppy.
Yeah.
So we find out at the stakeout that it was not Ryan that got shot, and she was very relieved about that. But then you saw Andy, you saw Ryan, and you saw Maya.
Yeah. And did you catch it when Maya was like, oh, yeah, we were both worried.
Yeah.
We were both worried about you.
I did catch that. And yes. And when she says to Maya, well, Ryan is kind of great, and we started to become friends. Remember that moment?
Like she was letting her know.
Again, I don't want to tap myself on the shoulder.
Oh.
If you watched last week's episode of our AfterBuzz after show, then you know what I said in News and Predictions. And I'm going to say it again in News and Predictions this week. So Andy makes up with Maya. And the question was asked, you know, if we didn't work together, would we be friends?
Yeah.
And then the answer to the question is, in any universe, it would still be you and me. And I thought that was so beautiful.
Yeah.
That was really beautiful. But we'll see. We'll see, because I saw a little side eye.
Yeah, when Maya. She asked, what did she say? Oh, now that you're single and free to move on, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you going to do? It was definitely side eye. I think there was maybe some judgment, too. Like, you literally just broke up with Jack.
Yesterday or
Y'all
today.
were in the room together last night.
Yep.
Like, oh, we're just so quick to move on.
Yep.
So quick.
So we get back to the firehouse, and everyone's really a little tense, right, from their day between the stakeout and then the losing Marshall. And then we're in the fire room, back room, and Travis tells Miller and Victoria
spills the tea
about Jack and Andy. What was your thoughts on that moment?
Honestly, I feel like they took it a lot harder than I thought they would. I wasn't sure how, if I was in their shoes, how I would react. Like, yeah, it sucks they didn't tell you, but is it really that unprofessional? I don't know.
Girl,
I wasn't sure.
Your two co-captains are sleeping together. Yes, it's unprofessional.
I know, but they're still good at their jobs. Like, is it really? I don't know, girl. I don't know.
It's unprofessional, and B, they said it. So teams are built on trust.
That's true.
If there's no trust, then this place falls apart.
Exactly.
So if you have secrets, people feel like you don't trust them if you don't tell them, like, hey, this is what's happening in my life. And especially when you work in a high pressure.
You're in life and death situations. Like, you need to be able to trust your team 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I feel you.
Okay.
I feel you.
That's it. That's it.
I mean, they did pose some good questions at the end. I don't know if you want to jump there.
Yeah, let's jump there. So everyone knows, basically, but Jack and Andy decide that they're going to come out and tell the team.
Too little, too late.
And the only one that was shocked, because he was the only one that was not in there, was Ben.
This is unexpected, right?
Vic had some hilarious questions.
Oh my God.
Did you guys do it
in the turnout room?
In the turnout room, buy my
gear.
Buy my gear, right? That was funny to me. And then Travis is like, well, basically, can you be unbiased? And is one of you going to leave?
Yes, that's a valid question.
Well, yeah. And the answer was?
We just broke up.
We just broke up, so no.
That doesn't mean your feelings have changed. Really? You just broke up? You were still dating and sleeping together. Like, the feelings are still there.
Again, Andy's a hot mess. She doesn't know. She just thinks she can compartmentalize the two, and she really can't.
Yeah. But then, okay, if I'm thinking, what situation would it be if they had to, like, choose between a team member? Like, either way, that would be tough, right? Or they're just like, oh, you'd always pick Andy because you love her. You know, like, what situation would be like, oh, I gotta pick who I'm saving today? Like, what crazy...
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I was confused. Like, what's the bias?
Viewers, if you know, hit us up and let us know, because I don't know what the bias is in that situation either.
Yeah.
Then we see Miller go over to talk to JJ. And it was so sweet. He was like so nervous.
He was nervous.
And he knew that he wanted to just talk, which was not like him.
Right.
And so he's kind of spilling out his feelings at the door, and Jay just let him spill it out, and then finally she just kisses him, and it was like so beautiful.
Oh my God, he had the nice little tight shirt on, and he just, you know what I thought of when she jumped on him? What was that you said in one of your news and facts? His nickname was Oak, or is Oak.
Yeah.
I'm like, she climbed right up. She climbed right up that tree. Okay, yes. So like, I was like, this is hilarious, but
that's awesome.
That was I'm glad. Yes, they got together.
Yes, they got together. And then we also see Miranda. She wants to hear about Ben's day.
Yes.
And he basically says nothing happened
He lies
big
to her.
And then did you see how he turned his back?
Right.
Okay, I'm just putting that out there.
Wow. I was typing in my note. I was like, why is he lying? And then, because first I was like, okay, is he lying because he doesn't want to worry her? Because she said, I don't want to hear about the danger. But does he want to protect her? Or does he feel like, okay, I can't, this is my job. Like, I can't open up to her if something dangerous happens. Like,
or remember a few episodes back when I said there's going to be problems in that relationship. Is this the beginning of the problems in that relationship?
Well, anytime there's lack of communication, yes, there's a problem.
Okay, so just if
we're just getting all the pats today.
I'm getting all the pats today. All of them. And then last but not least, we see Andy.
Oh, my goodness. Hot mess, Andy.
She goes and knocks on Ryan's door and then runs away like a child.
Like a child. And you know what? I really think she did that because Maya's question at the end. Oh, wait. Maybe I do like Ryan. Like, girl, you literally were just with Jack last night.
Yeah, she only likes Ryan because she thinks that Maya might like him. And so now
that's what I think too.
Now it's like, oh, well, that's attractive to me now.
Right. And she's like, oh, wait, you and Ryan have a little friendship now? Oh.
Right. Like, since when have you guys been friends?
Exactly.
Since when have you been so territorial? You didn't even really like him. Whatever.
Now this is going to be your man, so then she can't be friends. It's just, I can't.
I can't with them either.
Lord.
And on that note, we are going to move into some fire facts.
Fire facts.
Fire facts. Yes, we learned so much. We learned so much on this show. So, first fire fact. Fire can be an important process that affects ecological systems around the world. The positive effects of fire, which I would never have thought, oh, there's the positive effect of fire, includes stimulating growth and maintaining various ecological systems. So fire actually helps grow the earth.
Okay.
Which, I'm glad that there's a benefit to when there's a fire, right?
Okay.
Fact number 2. This is going to be for all you viewers out there, too. We wanted to think, how can we be proactive? So you can be proactive by creating a fire escape plan for you and your family. And you should practice it twice a year. That includes you have smoke alarms in every bedroom and every floor of your house. You test your smoke alarms once a month. And you sleep with your door closed, they say. So all of those things would help you in a fire situation. Yeah. And I think that's important. Like, when was the last time you checked your alarm?
In my building, the fire alarm goes off at least once a month because we were fully so our fire alarm is working. But you know what? That's actually an interesting fact because I read that approximately 2/3 of fire deaths happen in homes or places where the alarm is not working.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, in your apartment, have you checked it? When was the last time you checked it and the battery is working and the light is on? You don't have to answer. Just think about it.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the last fire fact of the day, you can start a fire with ice.
How?
I don't know, but you can. If you
You're just going to put in half a fact? Now I have questions.
She said, are you going to put in half a fact? That's the only fact I got. I'll
Okay.
have to follow up and
Okay.
find out how you make fire with ice.
Okay.
If you viewers know, please do let us know in the comments. You're a mess. And then I heard that you had a fire fact.
Oh, yes, I do. So mine is about smoke inhalation. And most people die from smoke inhalation instead of flames because fire can suck all the oxygen from the room and replace it with, obviously, the poisonous smoke and gases before flames even reach the room. So most of the time, people die even before, flames reach them.
Yeah. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Fires. On to news and gossip. News and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So I have some great social media pictures that I pulled
Yay.
on our Station19 News and Gossip. The first one I wanted to take a look at was the LAFD Girls Camp.
Oh.
Or we could, there it is.
Aw.
So the Station19 actors went down to the LAFD Girls Camp, where girls are empowered and learn the skills that they need to become firefighters.
That's awesome.
So it was Fire Station 81 and Fire Station 19
Okay.
at the LAFD. Isn't that cool?
That
And look
is
how many girls there
cool.
are trying
Yes,
to be firefighters.
Women in the fire department.
Go girls, get it. And then the next one, Miranda. We see Miranda at the firehouse meeting. Remember this scene?
Yes,
Meeting
yes.
all his coworkers.
Mhm.
And what was important about that we didn't really talk about much is that it was Miranda who was the captain's doctor. And she was basically pissed that he was at work.
Yeah.
His conditioning is worsening.
Yes.
And she's like, you should be home resting, but I get it. Like, she just had her own medical emergency when she had her heart attack, and she was going stir crazy. So she's like, I get it.
But still.
What I did think was going to happen, though, I thought she was going to be there to deliver those triplets.
Oh.
So that was my
Yeah.
prediction, but then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And then the next picture I wanted to take a look at was the one where they're on the flight. So this is when they posted on Instagram, which I thought was super cool. So they were doing their Throwback Thursday on TGIT.
Aw.
Thank God it's Thursday.
Yeah.
And it was them going to Seattle and shooting the pilot. And the
Okay.
fun facts they listed were Eddie Vedder was on that flight with them. They've all become flying buddies now and realize that they enjoy flying together. So often they fly back to New York together. And they found out on this trip that they like some of the same music.
Cool.
Fun facts.
That's awesome that
I
they're all
know.
getting along and
Yeah.
they hang out together.
Yeah. And I think I have one more graphic. And I think it's with there we are. So we see all the actors in front of a fire truck at LAFD. And I feel like, wow, it's kind of cool that they're really like interacting with the real life fire departments. So yeah, those
Yay.
are my news and gossip
I
section.
love it.
Awesome. Any fun facts for you?
no.
Perfect. So let's get on to predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
All right.
Do you want to go first? Keeping tradition?
Yes, I
Yes.
should go first. So, okay. I know this is going to be different from you, but after watching this episode, I'm not sure about this love triangle situation happening anymore.
Which
with
triangle?
with Maya, Andy, and Ryan.
Okay.
Because I don't know, I just feel like Maya is the better friend, and since she knows, obviously, that Andy's into Ryan, I just can't see her like, well, I'm gonna like, because they literally just started this friendship, so I don't know. And we know Ryan loves Andy, so I just don't see that happening. And then I think that Warren and Bailey there's gonna be a rift in their relationship because he's not gonna talk to her anymore, and she's gonna notice something is wrong. I'm still not sure if Vic is gonna get in the equation because I didn't see any.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and tap me on my
there
shoulder.
was nothing between the Vic. I just don't see that yet, but there's definitely gonna be a rift in their relationship for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my predictions. We'll go with that. We'll start with that. Ben and Miranda for sure having a rift, and this is the first time we've seen him actually lie to her.
Yes.
And turn his back on her a little bit, and quote unquote. And I think that there's so much drama already. They're building up to the Vic part. Because if you remember in this episode, when he was like talking about, Miranda, I just wanted her to see like what I do for day-to-day basis, and it's not all risk and it's not all danger. And did you see Vic rolling her eyes in the front?
No, I missed the eye roll. I missed the eye roll. No, but
my prediction is that there absolutely, unfortunately, is going to be a rift between Ben and Miranda, and Ben and Vic are going to continue growing this relationship. And then Maya, Andy, and Ryan, I think that it seems like Maya and Andy have really mended their friendship. But I think the friendship is not mended. I think it's only a Band-Aid. And I think that Ryan is going to be the one that pulls that Band-Aid off. And it is absolutely going to be a love triangle. And I think that Maya is going to go for it.
Oh my
and
God.
Andy's going to hate it. And Andy's going to be so super territorial of Ryan that it's going to create that rift again.
Maya would be a horrible friend if she did that.
I think that Andy is horrible. I think that Maya and Ryan are developing a friendship over him helping with her, homeless brother.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of great relationships start as friendships.
Yeah.
And I think that I think that Andy is a manipulator, and you can't just want someone because someone else wants them.
Exactly.
Because she didn't want him before.
That's
she
true.
had one night stand with him, and now all of a sudden you don't have Jack, so you're jumping back over. Give me a break.
And I do think she's clinging to like the comfort of the fact that they have known each other for so long. But Maya and him, they're going to develop. She's going to get to know him as an adult.
That's it. Again, we'll see.
We'll see.
I've been so far so good. Then I have JJ and Miller. I think that JJ is really going to help open up Miller and, for lack of a better term, like help him communicate and deal with his feelings. And it's going to make him a better firefighter overall because he's going to be more well-rounded.
I like that.
And then I think Captain Pruitt is going to get sicker.
Yes.
And it's going to really affect Andy and the whole firehouse. Because I honestly think that he might not make it to the end of the season. To the end of the season? It's only, 10 episodes? I know. We're 4 episodes in. Think about it. Miranda said, have you told anyone, because your, what was it, C, B, C, something, levels are really high and you're getting sicker and you should be at home resting. Just saying. Be in for a shock and some more crying. Treatment for this cancer, or he just kind of letting it happen? We're terrible for laughing at that.
No, but we haven't addressed that. He's just waiting to die.
I think that it's untreatable from what I remember.
Oh, it was too far gone?
Too far gone.
Okay, well, you're right. He might not. Maybe season finale material. I don't know if he's going to not make it until the end. Goodness gracious.
I was crying this episode, and they are all in.
Yeah.
So it could happen.
You're right.
That's it. Those are my predictions. Okay. Guys, if you guys have any predictions, please do let us know in the comments below. Please. Hit us up on social media. I am Linda is so girly all across social media. I love talking Station19, so hit me up anytime.
Yes, and I am at Sarah Lyons, Lyons with a Y on Twitter, and at Sarah_Lyons on Instagram.
Awesome, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Buzz you. Oh my goodness.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.